G'day folks, and welcome to the Jason Capson channel. I just remember being angry. I remember being very, very angry, just overwhelmed with emotion. I remember being at the gym the next day after the funeral. I was at the gym. I needed to be there. I needed to be there to get rid of the frustration, the anger, the hurt, the pain, the sorrow. There was a lot of people at the gym. A lot of people who supported me, came to the funeral, supported my family during one of the hardest times of my life. And I remember my coach at the time, Tijan, who not only did he say the right things, he knew what I needed most, which was to get rid of that frustration in the gym. And he pushed me and he trained me super hard. Didn't know it at the time, but that is exactly what I needed. But he knew that. He knew that that's what I needed. I needed to be pushed. I needed to get it all out in the gym. And the gym became kind of a sanctuary for me. It became a place where I could go and take out that pain and that release, and to go there for this, not for this. It was more of a mental place for me, and it is for a lot of people. A lot of people go to the gym, and this is what a lot of people don't know. A lot of people go to the gym because they need to have that mental release. They go there for their mental health more than their physical health. And yes, there's some physical benefits for sure, obviously, but a lot of people don't tie it to the mental benefits, and that became the place for me. That's where I went for my mental health, and it has helped me throughout my whole life, through all the ups and downs, highs and lows. I remember the knock at the door, and I was living in town in a basement apartment, and it was my father, and he was knocking on the door, and I opened the door, and the look on his face, I knew there was something wrong. And he said, "It's your brother. He's been in an accident. He's at the hospital, and it's bad." And that was it. And I got dressed, and we headed to the hospital. And you don't understand, people don't understand the type of pain that brings when you lose a brother, a son that's been in your life for 21 years. He was 23, I was 21 at the time, but a 23-year-old who dies. You don't understand the pain unless you've been through it. Somebody that you've idolized, somebody that you've looked up to, somebody that's lived life with you. He's been a part of your life, your entire life, your hero, and he's now gone. And you're trying to put that in its place. My faith got me through it all, for sure. My faith never wavered at that time. I did have a lot of questions for God. Selfishly, there was a lot of, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to my family? The pain when you're watching your father weep in his father's arms, when you're watching your mom, your whole family is just completely lost. They're at a loss. And I remember the doctors weren't saying a whole lot. We knew he was in an accident. In hindsight, again, we found out more later, of course. And what happened was he was driving his motorcycle and he hit a curb, and there was a crotch rocket. And of course, when he lunged forward, it kind of split him, and he severed his femoral artery in his leg, and basically bled out at the scene. They did everything they could to save him, but for all intents and purposes, he was gone by the time he got to the hospital. And it's interesting, if you've never been through it, it's very I say interesting. It's just I don't know that there's another way to do it, but they basically come into the room and they make sure that you're somewhat isolated, I guess, before they tell you the news that he's gone. And that's basically all they said. I'm sorry, he's gone. And then the wail sound that came out of my mother. You never forget that stuff. You never forget stuff from moments like that. You carry those things with you. The sound my mother made, the sound of my father weeping, some of the comments that came from other members of my family, some of the hurtful things people say when they are in shock. You remember that stuff. You carry that stuff with you. So the next day I was at the gym. And that became a pattern for me throughout my life, where exercise and nutrition, it's interesting, when I go off path, when I am not going to the gym regularly, when I'm not taking care of my nutrition, when I'm not eating properly, and I go off the path, I notice that that's when things go a little bit mentally awry. That's when I start to struggle more mentally. And it is true, and this is, again, science, that exercise is the best way to improve your mental health. Just is. Exercise of any kind, movement. And clean eating. Obviously, drink lots of water, eating healthy foods. That makes sense, right? It makes sense that if you take care of your body, it helps with your mental health for sure. And I noticed that, and I'm 30 some years into this now. And if there's one thing I can say with 100% certainty, it is this, that whatever happens in your life, and trust me, life's going to happen. Sometimes it hits hard, and it's happened to me multiple times. Exercise and proper nutrition are what helped me get through it. I write about this in my book, Grow Through What You Go Through. And I talk about that in the book, and it's absolutely true, without a shadow of a doubt, that when you take care of yourself physically, when you exercise on a regular basis, and when you eat the right foods, it does help you mentally, just does. And that got me through that, and my faith and taking care of my body helped me mentally with beyond anything. Those are the two key factors. And whatever you decide to do to get you through whatever trials and tribulations you may face, whatever sorrows you may face, my advice to you would be to absolutely look at movement, look at the gym, look at the exercise. Doesn't matter whether it's yoga, it doesn't matter what it is. Getting out in nature, going for hikes, going for walks, definitely is a huge positive output. When you're taking care of yourself, instead of burying it in drugs and alcohol and that kind of a thing, instead bury yourself, immerse yourself in exercise, get outside, be around good people, avoid the noise, drink the water. Drink the water. Those are definitely the keys to getting through the tough times in life. I've seen it time and time again over the years with clients. Some of my clients that are struggling with hardship and going through some really tough times in their lives, whether it's someone passed away in their life, somebody's sick, they have to take care of their parents, they're going through a divorce, they're going through whatever it is, a sick child, whatever it is. Exercise, movement is the key, and taking care of yourself with proper food and proper nutrition. I know it's tough when you're going through it. It's really tough. It can be incredibly tough, but that is what's going to help get you through it properly. It's interesting. Like we tend to kick ourselves when we're down, like when we're in pain and we're suffering. When you are in pain and suffering, and then you drink alcohol. When you're in pain and suffering, you take drugs. When you're in pain and suffering, you eat junk food and you don't exercise. It's like kicking yourself when you're down. You're already down. So help yourself get back up. And the way you help yourself get back up is with proper nutrition and taking care of you, taking care of your health first and foremost. That'll help you get through. It's been many years since my brother died. Almost it's been over 30 years. 30 years ago that happened. And you don't forget it ever. But you do learn, and you do figure out the right way, the right path. You do figure the lessons that I learned from that helped me to be able to help thousands of other people. So I don't wish it on anyone. I don't wish that pain on anyone, but it was given to me. That pain was given to me, and I use that pain to help others as much as I possibly can. The advice that I give is based on my experiences, and it's based on clients' experiences that have shared with me the same things. And so do what you got to do to get through it. Just know that you're not alone. The things that happen in our life, a lot of them we don't have any control over. A lot of them we have no control over. We need to find the lessons in life. We need to find the lessons in the downs, in the tribulations, in the sorrow. We need to find the lessons, and we need to take those lessons and build a solid foundation to move forward. I know this has been a pretty somber video as compared to some of my other ones, but I needed to share that story for some of you who've never heard that story before. You're not alone. You will get through this. And one of the best pieces of advice that I was ever given was to take it out in the gym. Take it out in the gym. Exercise, drink the water, eat healthy foods. It helps. It definitely helps. You don't think about it at the time, but it'll help. It'll help you get through. And you will get through. Take care, folks.